I'd like to update the House on a data incident involving activity by a malign actor. In recent days, the Ministry of Defence has identified indications that a malign actor gained access to part of the Armed Forces payment network. This is an external system completely separate to the MoD's core network, and it's not connected to the main military HR system. The House will wish to note that it is operated by a contractor, and there is evidence of potential failings by them, which may have made it easier for the malign actor to gain entry. A specialist security review of the contractor and their operations is underway, and appropriate steps will be taken. The contractor-operated system in question is held and holds personal data of regular and reserve personnel and some recently retired veterans. This includes names and bank details, and in a smaller number of cases, addresses. In response to this incident, Mr Deputy Speaker, we've undertaken significant and immediate action, enacting a multi-point response plan to support and protect our people. And I'd like to provide the House with details of this 8-point plan this afternoon. First of all, we've immediately taken the system offline, and this has secured it against similar future threats. Secondly, we've launched a full investigation, drawing on Cabinet Office support and specialist external expertise to examine the potential failings of the contractor and to minimise the risk of similar incidents in the future. 3, whilst our initial investigations have found no evidence that any data has been removed, as a precaution, we have today alerted those service personnel affected through the chain of command. In addition, we're also sending out letters to a small number of veterans who've retired and who may have been affected as an additional precaution. The House will wish to note the vast majority of the UK veterans community are, however, unaffected. 4, specialist advice and guidance on data security has been shared and will be available on Gov.uk later today. 5th, we've additionally set up a helpline to support individuals. The number for the helpline is 01249 596 665, and that helpline will be available from today. 6, we're providing a commercial personal data protection service for all service personnel, and this facility will constantly monitor each individual's personal data and notify them if there are any irregularities. Even though we don't believe that their information has been stolen, we intend to do this in order to bring further peace of mind. 7, welfare and financial advice is available where needed through each individual's chain of command. And 8, on becoming aware of the incident, MoD stopped the processing of all payments and isolated the system. And I want to provide further detail on this particular step. We're making changes to the system to ensure it is secure before recommencing payments through it, of course. And I can confirm, though, that in the meantime, all April salaries have been paid. Some service personnel will have experienced a slight delay in receiving some expense payments. However, we expect this to be fully resolved today, with the money in their accounts by Friday. Furthermore, I can confirm that we are ensuring all high-value payments remain unaffected. For example, all outstanding Forces Help to Buy and terminal benefit payments have been facilitated by alternative secure transfer. As mentioned, salary payments and pensions for veterans have not been affected, and we do not expect them to be in the future. Mr Deputy Speaker, for reasons of national security, we can't release further details of the suspected cyber activity behind this incident. However, I can confirm to the House that we do have indications that this was the suspected work of a malign actor, and we cannot rule out state involvement. This incident is further proof that the UK is facing rising and evolving threats, and as I set out in my speech in Lancaster House in January, the world is, I'm afraid, becoming somewhat more dangerous. Last month, the government therefore announced an increase in defence spending to meet these new threats, reaching 2.5% of GDP by the end of the decade. Mr Deputy Speaker, following this incident, I can also announce today that although this incident is entirely unrelated to our own MoD networks, we are also reviewing all personnel data to ensure our people's data is secure. This was the work, as I say, of a malign actor who compromised a contractor-run network entirely separate from the MoD core system. However, as I've said, we cannot at this stage rule out state involvement from elsewhere. This 8-point plan outlines the immediate and significant action we're taking to protect the most precious resource, our people. And even though this has occurred on a contractor system with a malign actor involved, and we can't rule out that foreign state involvement, I want to apologise to the men and women who are affected by this. It should not have happened, and this 8-point plan seeks to ensure that it is put right and that it cannot happen again. I commend the statement to the House.